2024 may be the year of a Black Swan event. This is a national security event with high impact that's very hard to predict. There are a number of concerns that I have that factor into that. Not only this sort of enduring heightened threat level that we're facing, the wars in Israel, also Ukraine. And we're so divided in this country in ways that we haven't seen before. And I think that just creates fertile ground for our adversaries like North Korea, China, and Iran. And that's what concerns me.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. And it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, verse 2 says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. Shalom to you brothers out there that are laboring, enduring the elements, making your body a living sacrifice, trying to seal the elect, making your carnal election assured, seeking out your own salvation, as well as you sisters that are learning, listening, applying, being obedient to your husband. Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Zachariah. Come back to you with another lesson. I had just got off work, and I felt like, I wanted to do it at work, because I was working by myself today, and usually when I'm like that, I can, try to do a quick lesson or something, but I was wanting to get this one, because it's, but I felt through the spirit like, man, I need to do this when I'm off, no distractions, nobody coming up to me, and, so I want, get it out, which, I'm off now, and I just wanted to get this out real quick. As you saw the video clip in the beginning, that woman was mentioning like she feels like something, an event is going to come, something like which she said Black Swan. Okay, so I was like, Black Swan, so I looked it up. Okay, and I'm like, hey man, this need to be a lesson. Okay, and she feel like this is coming to us in 2024. A lot of people are starting to look and see things, and they feel through the spirit like something could very well take place next year. You got BRICS Nation. They're getting ready to announce their currency, that's going to be backed by gold. Everyone's ditching the dollar, a lot of these nations and stuff. So it's not a really good look for this place, man. Okay. So, all right, I pulled it up in this Black Swan event meeting. All right. And they got it right up here, Black Swan theory. And it says Black Swan theory or theory of Black Swan events is a metaphor that describes an event that comes as a surprise. See, so it comes up on you like when you least expect it. Okay, and it won't be as a surprise to the men of Yahweh Shem Shai, the men, women, and children that are back into this wise counsel. And that's why I started off with measure the time diligently. Okay, and this is what we are doing. Okay, we're being circumspect of our surroundings. We're, tapping into these prophecies, but as for like the 2/3 of our people, they're just out here living like, without a care. We telling them that Yahweh Shai is returning, and they don't believe it. They say not in our time. They're just carrying on. Okay, so this is gonna be like an event like this is gonna hit them, by surprise. Okay, and again it says. Theory of Black Swan events is a metaphor that describes an event that comes as a surprise, has a major effect, and is often inappropriately rationalized after the fact with the benefit of hindsight. Okay, so people feel like an event like this is going to take place in 2024. Okay, so one of the things that we always bring out, and this is prophecy, which I believe that we're in this right now, but we're not at the climax of it. Okay, because there's a lot of things happening, right now, in the world, and which we call it we call it or the scriptures call it Jacob's trouble. Okay, this is Jeremiah 30 and verse 7, and it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Okay, and Jacob is the Israelites, okay, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, okay, and then we got those that are scattered throughout the four corners. They might be among the heathen and look like the heathen and things like that. That goes over a lot of people's heads, You know, they think that we have to have a certain look, you know, like, you know, you read throughout the scriptures, our forefathers have been dealing with the women of all the other nations. And then they'll say things like, well, everybody had melanin. Okay, well, obviously other people popped up, you know, different colors. You know, you got some that were hit with leprosy and things like that, you know, and there was just the mixing of people in different nations and things. So, you know, hey, and now you see what you got out here today, okay? And our people have been mingled and mixed amongst all these nations, okay? So that goes over, but that's you know, another lesson, all right, for another day, okay? Again, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it, okay? It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, okay? And this is going to be like, for an example, that movie Purge. You see that? It's going to be like that, but on steroids. It's going to be crazy, man. You know, nothing that has never really been seen before, you know? And this thing is going to hit globally. You know, this is not just like here in America, you know, in the Americas, Babylon, you know, no, this is going to be worldwide. Okay. But Jacob is going to be saved out of this. All right. But all right. Before that, there's just going to be a lot of events and things that are going to take place. All right. This is an article I also stumbled across earlier today, and it says UFC fighter Bryce Mitchell is armed with 400 rounds of ammo and prepared for 1776 to commence again. Okay, you see him, you know, with his ammo. You see him holding the Bible up. Okay, it says Bryce Mitchell is armed with 400 rounds of ammo and ready for the second coming of the 1776. Okay, and if you, hey. One of the things about Esau Edom is he ain't say he's prepared for the second coming of Hamashiach, you know what I'm saying? Which we know that Hamashiach Yahushua is not dealing with them, okay? But their blessing is the sword. So this man is trusting in his sword, you know? Which in the second picture, he's holding, see, in the first picture, he's holding his blessing, okay? Part of his blessing, which the ammo goes with the gun, okay? The sword, all right? Which is the modern day gun. But he's holding in the second picture, which is heavy, because that's our sword right there. That's our blessing, man. Being able to break that thing down, because they hold this Bible, but they don't know the words in this thing. And I tell you, a spiritual movie is that book of Enoch. How that dude was hell-bent. You know, how Jacob had the Bible, you know, which Denzel's character represents Jacob. And then the guy that was after the Bible was Esau, man. You know, he could represent Esau. And when he finally got a hold of that book, you know, he couldn't even read the words. Hey, what's up now? He couldn't read the words of it because it was for somebody that is blind. Okay. So, you know how they tap onto the, you know, in the book, whatever, got like those little bubbles, those little spots, you touch them, whatever. And then they know what it means. Okay. But he couldn't do that because, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't blind and he don't understand that. So he was pissed, you know, and it's spiritual because it's like, okay, Esau has this Bible, but he can't break it down properly because he don't understand what's being said in there. All right. So yeah, you know, the first picture, man, is heavy, you know, I mean, in the second one, but he has his blessing there, man, which is his ammo going to his sword. Okay. But he believes that a second coming of 1776 is going to take place. Okay. So, you know, let's see. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. I just want to scroll that. If you want to know anything about the 1776, we're going to tap into it. All right. What he's speaking of is the American Revolutionary War. OK, so I'll just pull up this. I got a couple of images and things like that. And then we'll read into it a little bit so that, you know, in case, you know, you might get a quick little history lesson. All right. See, it has all this in here. All right, here we go. It says the American Revolutionary War, Slovakia. All right, April 19, 1775, all the way to September 3rd, 1783, also known as the Revolutionary War or American War of Independence, was the military conflict of the American Revolution. American Patriot Forces, organized as the Continental Army and commanded by George Washington, defeated the British leading to the Treaty of Paris in 1783, in which British recognized the independence and sovereignty of the United States in the war. All right. American Patriot forces eventually gained the support of the Kingdom of France and the Kingdom of Spain. The British and Loyalist forces also included Hessian soldiers from Germany, if I'm saying that word right, okay? The conflict was fought in North America, the Caribbean, and the Atlantic Ocean, okay? And that's all I'm gonna read on that. You know, there's a lot more information, okay, going into that. And this is that, this is how this, when the scriptures go into how that, you know, that one horn, you know, it comes out of the 7th, but it's of the 8th. That was talking about America, okay? That's America, you know, because America is sprung out of the 7th head, which is Great Britain, okay? So that's all prophecy. All right, so another thing, you know, and hopefully that gave you a little understanding of what he's talking about. But he feels like another one is coming. You know, you got people coming in through the borders, you know, not just down there in Mexico, but up there in the Canadian border as well. You know, me and my uncle was speaking about that, you know, while I was off on this holiday break, this so-called holiday break. All right. But we were speaking on that. You know, people are coming over into the country. You got these nations that are hating. They hate Babylon and stuff like that. So, you know, anything can ramp up, you know, or amp up. You know, it's really looking crazy out here. That's why I said it's a blessing for us to be a part of this wise council and be able to be circumspect, you know, of our surroundings and also measuring the time diligently. All right. But, you know, you got a lot of people that it's like, they just want peace and all that. You got to understand, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is a man of war, and he is bringing division, okay? He's bringing division. Even amongst these Edomites, these Americans, there's the division amongst them, you know? You got some that are with Biden, you got some that are with Trump, you know? They're with this belief, some are with this belief. You know, like that guy in the picture, he had that Bible. You know, they came over here with the Bible, and they was killing the tribes, man. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the things. Them Christians is no different, nothing new under the sun. They came over here with swords. They had a Bible in one hand and a sword in the other, and that's the spirit that they in. They're getting back in that spirit again. Okay, so it's gonna be like a time like you've never seen before, man. Okay, but there's not gonna be peace, man. Like I said, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is a man of war. This is Luke 12:51. It says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth?" See, that's a question. He says, "I tell you, nay, no, but rather division." Okay, so it's gonna be division. Everything is divided. You know, you're gonna be household. There's a lot of Israelite households that are gonna be divided, and these heathen as well. It's a division. Okay, you got some that were for getting that jab, and some that weren't. You know, I'm seeing that, you know, so you got a division with that, you know. A lot of divorces, you seeing divorce rates skyrocket, everything, man. It's a division, man. Okay? And this showing you, like I told you, like how these Edomites are going to be at it with each other. This is Isaiah 19 and verse 2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians." Okay? "And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." So you see, you know, and if you say, "Oh, well, that's talking about that's talking about Egyptians, old Egyptians, whatever." No, okay, it was talking about them then, but you got to apply it when Babylon, America is spiritual Egypt. Okay, so you know these scriptures is twofold, and it's gonna apply to also America. They are the modern day. They are the spiritual Egyptians, because guess what? They have us in captivity. Okay, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said that we would go, we would not see our homeland, and he said we would go to Egypt again by way of ships. Okay, and if our land is right beside Egypt, we wouldn't need ships to get there. So it's talking about a different Egypt. Okay, which we know that to be America. America has many names, okay, but one of them is Egypt. Spirit, you know, you can just say spiritual Egypt. All right, and these Edomites are also the spiritual Egyptians. They're all these old kingdoms all wrapped into one. They're Babylon, they're the old Babylon, all that. It's all wrapped into one. You know, that's why they're going to be the only nation that will not receive any mercy from the Heavenly Father. You know, even despite all the stuff these heathen have been doing to us, you know, they're going to be mercy on them, because they are also our inheritance. Okay, so you got to remember that, you know. But Esau Edom, man, is man, telling you, man, this dude is the manifestation of Satan in the flesh on earth, man. Okay, this is Mark chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 24 and read down to 26, and I'm gonna read this in the NLT. Okay, so you'll get a little better understanding. All right. And it says, a kingdom divided by civil wars. Okay, so it's going to be, will collapse. You see that? All right. Similarly, a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. Okay. See, Yahweh Shimon Shai is cold. Like I said, man, he set this thing up beautiful. You know, with him bringing division, a kingdom can't stand. So him bringing that division, you know, if he brought unity, okay, these Edomites will be working together, but they all are, they're divided, man. And that's why you see them getting this ammo, and they amping up. Some of them, they got the bunkers. They're doing that. I did a lesson on that. You know, they're getting bunkers and stuff, because they know, man, shit's about to hit the fan. All right. Verse 26, and it says, and if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand? And see, y'all might say, and this is not talking about Satan punching his own self, like, oh, let me ball my fist up and hit myself in the face. No. You know, Satan means deceiver. It's also like an adversary or a deceiver, you know. And a lot of these other nations, you know, they are coming up against Yahweh Shimon Shai. They could be Satan. You know, he told, Yahweh Shai told one of the disciples, get behind me, Satan. So, you know, it's not just, you know, the spiritual demon Satan, okay? So again, it says, and if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand? Okay, he would never survive. All right, and that's the thing. This placement is through. All right, because they're divided and everything. So this kingdom is going to fall, as is prophesied. Okay. So I got another precept here. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 14, and it says, "Woe to the world," which woe means destruction. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Okay, see that? All right, verse 15, for the sword, remember I was talking about that sword, that's Esau's blessing, going back to the book of Genesis, 25th chapter. All right, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, so it's coming close. Okay, and that's, a lot of these Edomites are feeling that, you know, even us in the faith, you know, us Israelites. Okay, we feel like, man, something can be coming, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, and their destruction draweth nigh. Okay, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see that? Okay. All right. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men. Okay. And you see in that, there's a lot of sedition. All right. And invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay. So you're going to see a lot of that. They're going to buck up against their so-called rulers and authorities. All right. Salakia for that, y'all. All right, so moving on, I had stumbled across this article while, you know, putting this lesson together. Okay, and this can tap right in here. Okay, because, you know, they talking about an event. Well, one of the events is going to be, she was mentioning, you know, how these other nations can be coming in through the borders and stuff, and they don't like America, and they come up against America. Okay, well, you know, Kim Jong-un calls to accelerate war preparations, okay, following confrontation moves from the U.S., okay? So this guy, you know, which is the leader of North Korea, you know, he's preparing himself, getting himself prepared for war, all right? A lot of these nations, man, they're getting their militaries and things together, and their arms, and they're ready, you know? If one bad move, man, from Babylon, man, you know, and it's a wrap, okay? You also got the leader of China. He told Biden and them, he said, man, whether you like it or not, man, and I'm just roughly paraphrasing it, you know, they're going to get Taiwan. They're going to get it back and be back part of China, you know, and there's nothing, you know, none of y'all going to do about it, you know. So they're basically just telling them like it is, you know. At one point, these nations used to fear America. America was that superpower, but now these nations don't, man, okay? So you're going to see a whole lot of this amp up. And I'm not going to read the rest of that article just because, you know, for the sake of time. Give me 1 second. All right. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 2, and it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. So out of all the heathen, this heathen is small. Okay, and this is talking about the Edomites. When you read the whole book of Obadiah, it says talking about Esau, Edom. Okay, it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And they're very despised. People hate this place. They starting to, and then the ones that were coming over here and prospering and being here in Babylon, they're starting to hate this place. They coming to see what it is. They're like, they was coming over here looking for the American dream, and they said it's a nightmare, you know. And they're looking, and plus Esau, Edom, man, you know, he's a liar, and he's is a deceiver, okay. And he's one of the biggest con artists ever. All right, so he's got over on a lot of these nations, you know, and a lot of these nations are seeing him for who he is, man. So a lot of them, they hate this devil, man, you know, and he's went about, you know, oppressing the people and stuff. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, is setting it up to where these nations, the spirit is on these nations, man. And a lot of them are banding together now, okay? So we're coming into a time, man, like I said, you know, this is not the time to be playing around. You want to seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua while he's near, man, because like I said, you know, something's coming, you know, and some people feel like 2024 just might be, you know, when these things might start popping off, man, like the real big prophecies. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 18. And it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. You see? All right. The beginning of famine and great death. All right. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. You see that? The beginning of evils. Okay. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay. If you're an Israelite, you better come back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua if the Spirit allows, man. You know, because I'm gonna tell you, Yahweh Shem Yahushua don't want everybody coming back to this truth, man. Not everybody, man, because he, you know, he's blinded a bunch of them, and for many reasons, man. You know, when you look at the scriptures and you see a lot of our, it was our people that gave Yahushua up to be crucified, and no telling what else they might have done. You got sellouts. You got those that teamed up with Esau, Edom to bring us down. Some of our own people, you know, it tells you that in the Apocrypha. Wicked men made covenants, you know, with the heathen, because they didn't want to be oppressed. They didn't want to go through the curses, you know, which nobody wants to go through the curses, but, you know, hey, you have to endure, okay? See, the thing about it, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not going to spoil you like some little spoiled brat or nothing like that. No, you got to earn it. You got to earn your keep, okay? You have to earn your keep. You got to earn it, man. And you got to endure. You got to go through it, so that you're worthy. You'll be shown worthy, okay? You endured all that hell, and now here it is. You received the kingdom, and it's just going to be so beautiful, all right? But, you know, if you want to sit here, you want to get your kingdom, you know, some people say, I want my kingdom now. So they try to go out here and they'll do whatever and sell out with Esau, okay? Those are the ones Yahweh Shem Yahushua ain't dealing with, man. So if you want your kingdom now, then you can have it. But you're going to find out that it's not all what it's built up to be. Not with Esau. You know, it's his so-called rulership is a joke, and it's a nightmare, man. All right, I'm gonna read this again, 2nd Ezra 16 verse 18, and then I'll go ahead and end it. All right, and Lord willing, this was edifying to you, okay? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? All right. So, Lord willing, you found this lesson edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel, and shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Until the next one, shalom.